All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, taught us the truth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the globe. I'm the brother Iwalumi from the GMS Chicago branch. Here in Chicago, come back at you with another lesson. And Lord, and I hope it be edifying. It's a rant through the spirit. It's a Saturday while I'm doing this lesson. We just got back from I just got back from camp. I just came across the IUIC. The Lord put the spirit on me to do this lesson is because what? While we were on the highways and byways, as the scriptures told us to do, to prophesy the word on the highways and byways, these guys, I posted up in the hood, the IUIC. And the scriptures clearly tells you, the chief place of concourse, where mostly business is being, made, the highways and the byways. These guys are posted up in the hood, you know. In the hood, Jake do not listen at all. Jake will, try to combat you even more so than the highways and byways. That's why the Lord clearly tells us, the chief place of concourse, which I'm gonna actually get. But this, when you go to, when you go to these different hoods, and you teach, Jake, doesn't want to listen to you. Jake sees you as entertainment, you know, when you go to these different hoods. The hoods is, it's what they call Jake's zone, they comfort zone, you know. So when you go to these different hoods, you're basically wasting your time, because at the end of the day, we're not going to these hoods to, to teach, so-called black people, so-called Latino people, so-called Native American people. We be posted up on the highways and byways to ultimately what, pull in the hopeful righteous elect. So when you go into these different hoods, you have to, be aware that Jake could come at you with knives. Jake, can come at you at guns. Jake, is very territorial of what they, deem their block. You know, so it's not smart to go into the hoods and post up in the hood, in the hoods and teach. The Lord clearly tells us the highways and byways, the chief place of concourse. But let's get that. Cause like I said, it's not smart to, to be posted up in the hood and teach. Cause when you do that, you also tempting the Lord. You know, this is the book of Proverbs 1:21. It says, "She crieth in a chief place of concourse, at the openings of the gates in the city. She uttered her words, saying." Let's see, can I get verse 22? Bear with me for a second. Verse 22 says, "How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge?" Yeah, but I really want to focus on Proverbs 1:21. It says, "She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates and the city. She uttered her words, saying." Right, they ain't say nothing about the hoods. The hoods is not the chief place of concourse. The chief place of concourse would be like your areas, like a downtown, or places that's heavy businesses being made. Where the truth is coming out. That's where you will find the truth. In those areas, not the fucking hood. You know, like I said, when you go to these different hoods and you try to teach, Jake will look at you as entertainment, because what, at the end of the day, Jake is, it's in a comfort zone. Why they're posted up, in their hood or in their neighborhoods. Jake in the hood will want to kill you. What? Have knives drawn on you and different things like that. So I'm gonna read this one more time. This is the book of Proverbs 1:21. It says, "She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates in the city. She uttered her words, saying." Right. I just really wanted to focus on that verse because I was just thinking about that when I, walked past them. They're posted up in the hood trying to, pull in the, the elect, but posting up in the hoods, these niggas are gonna look at you as nothing but entertainment. You know. That's why when we teach like areas like a downtown, or big areas where people is coming through, that's the the areas we're supposed to be teaching at. you know this is the book of Matthews 10:16. It says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents, and harmless as doves." And the reason why I bring this out is because what, going into these hoods and teach, it's not a smart idea at all. You're basically throwing you're throwing yourself, in a position, of being in the midst of woods, surrounding yourself around these different niggas, you know. And you know what goes on in these hoods. Niggas love to shoot, niggas love to, rob, stab, shoot, or whatever the case may be. So you're basically putting yourself in a situation where where you can actually, be, involved in that. Why in the midst of teaching? So it says, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves, right? You have to be smart. The scriptures, clearly tells you, to go, as it says, in Proverbs, what I just read back in the Proverbs, talking about the chief place of concourse. When business is, is clearly being made, like a downtown area, whatever the case may be, not the fucking hood. Like I said, niggas will look at you like entertainment. They will laugh you off. Nobody is getting edified. This is the book of Matthew 4 and 7 says, and Yahweh shall said unto him, it is written again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy power. Right? Because when you go into these hoods, you're basically tempting Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because when we're teaching this word, like I read, it says, be ye harmless as dove, wise as serpents as harmless as doves. We're supposed to, pick our spots. It says the chief place of concourse, what I read back in the Proverbs. We really have to, think before we actually do something. Going into the hood, surrounding yourself in the midst of these niggas, will end in one or two ways. Fights, or they'll try to rob you, like I said before. And that's you tempting your how about Shem Yahushua. The Lord clearly tell you to go to the chief place of concourse, let me just read it again. Scripture too good to actually just not read it again. Salakia. And I'm going to just close out with this. This is the book of Proverbs 1 and 21. It says, she crieth in the chief place of concourse. Right? Talking about what? The knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. It says, in the openings of the gates, and the city she uttereth her words, saying. Right? And that's why we have to be teaching that, not the fucking hood. And I was actually thinking about that when I had walked past them. Because like I said, once you're in the hoods teaching, nobody gets edified. And nothing gets done, but nothing but, niggas trying to buck up against you even more so, you being in the hood or whatnot. And, it's just a lot, being in the hood. But I just want to really bring that out because it's not smart to be teaching amongst these niggas in the hood. The Lord clearly tells us, what we should be teaching at. So with that being said, I hope this was quick and edifying and to the point. I want to end out by giving all praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Kakodash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, taught us the truth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the globe. Lord willing, I hope this was edifying. And Lord willing, I'll come back with another lesson soon. Until next time, Wah, Abba, Abba.